Hey y'all, how you perking? I hope you perking good. So, the beauty community, the future of beauty gurus, bureaus. Beauty gurus together is bureaus. Lord help. The future of bureaus. Oh man, y'all, I need help. I should make this be a take, but I'm not. I'm leaving it in here. So yeah, the future of beauty gurus here on YouTube, the whole scene, how it's been, where it's going. People are saying, is this the end of the beauty community? Is this the end of how things are? Is it going to finally like implode on itself and all crumbling down and we're going to be doing away with it? Or, you know what? People have been asking about the future of it. So we're taking a peek in here today. We're going to find out some answers for you. Peen Sweater decided to match Mama again with the purple here. So got a purple lip and a purple shirt and purple eyeballs right here. Yeah. Yep. This is a mix of a galactic liquid lipstick, can't remember the name of it, Demure maybe, and a purple eyeshadow that I just kind of smeared in with it to make it a little bit more purple and a little less brown, just for folks who are gonna ask. But let's go ahead and get into this. I am a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive, and in these videos we take a look at the tea with the tarot. These videos are always meant to be helpful, not hateful, so if you're down with that, join the family here by subscribing down below, and make sure you're still subscribed if you think you are. That's what the notification bell will look like if you're going to get notified of my videos. Please check back. YouTube drops the ball. And here's the join button if you want to be a part of the Perk Squad. So with the Perk Squad, you get 5 extra perks. You get custom emojis to use in the chat. You get colorful badges by your name to show how long you've been members of the Perk Squad. You get exclusive videos, exclusive posts, and video shout outs like this one. I went on my phone and found some comments and see that Tiffany Honecker, welcome to the Perk Squad. You're pretty new here and I appreciate you, and you were writing a comment here. You said absolutely adorable about my Chihuahua video. I did a video here recently where my 3 Chihuahuas were reading the tarot, and it's actually interesting that things that they read came true in my life, my sister's life. One of y'all that I was talking to for a private session has come true in your life, so it's interesting. And of course there was Chihuahua shenanigans and fuckery in there if you want a good laugh. But Tiffany wrote, absolutely adorable. I have 4 Chihuahuas. I love the breed. They're lap babies and love affection. But if they think someone's going to hurt me, they turn into a pit bull. Love your videos and your adorable babies. Send love from West Virginia. So thank you, Tiffany Honecker. Shout out to you. Big hugs to you in West Virginia here from South Carolina. So awesome. Woohoo. Chihuahua power. So thank you. Shout out to you, Tiffany Honecker. So, alrighty, y'all. Let's go ahead and dig into this. Peen Sweater and I are ready to get into it. Boom. Bringing up the cards. And let's move this microphone. Right here. Yes. Alright. Can we still see her? Yes. Okay, so beauty community, just gonna get an idea of what's coming in the future of the beauty community. Are we gonna implode? Are we gonna somehow smooth out all the kinks and everything be ideal and wonderful? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Let's just look. All right. So, by the way, this is all alleged, just my interpretation, y'all. All alleged. Okay. So, Spirit Guides gives a sense about the future of the beauty community here. What can we expect? Future of the beauty community. Okay. Well, damn, y'all. Damn. Y'all, seriously, without even getting any extra context here, this is good. Now, We did ask about the future of the beauty community. We didn't ask about how we're going to get there from A to B. So who knows? Maybe getting from point A here to point B here could be a messy ride. That's a possibility. But from what I'm seeing here in terms of where it ends up, this is good, y'all. This is good. So roll up my sleeve a bit. With this Three of Wands upright, this is talking about, I'm waiting for my ships to come in. I'm sitting here, I'm waiting for something to change. Something's got to give. I'm wanting to see it get better. And being in the upright position, it will. This is our heartbreak card, but it's in the reverse position. So it's saying, like, in some ways, the worst is over. That doesn't mean that there won't be any other things that kind of come up to help catalyze the movement in this better direction. There will probably be more things that do, but in terms of what it took to kind of shake us into realizing how things are toxic and negative, this can't go on, like that kind of a shake that we needed, that shake has already happened. So thank goodness this doesn't look like we're going to get a bigger shake than that. Like I said, we might have some little things that come here and along the way as we're moving towards something better. But the big ugly shake, the jolt that opened everybody's eyes has already happened. Thank the Lord. Okay? So here with the Two of Cups upright, this is talking about people realizing that they have to think about relationships differently in the beauty community, and that there has to be a better way. So I actually want to look a little bit further into this one real quick. Yeah, right now, this card is giving me total social climbing vibes. And it's like they're saying, with that social climbing and stuff, to be able to get your coin that way, that those kind of things are going to be more and more clear in the future, and people are going to sniff it out faster, and it's going to backfire. So it's like people who are making relationships purely to use one another for financial gain, that shit is going to become more and more clear to people. They're not going to be buying it. It's not going to pull one over on them like it has in the past. People are going to notice, and they're going to call you out for it. This doesn't mean we can't make relationships or use each other in business purposes where we both know and we both consent. That kind of a thing I'm seeing here is okay. This is relationships, building actual relationships in ways that are beneficial to, I guess, the movement, the business, all of that. So it's not using someone for financial gain. But if the two of you together have a really solid relationship and you just want to collab or something like that, and it will mutually benefit both of you, that's okay from what I'm seeing here. But it looks like this other dynamic is going to be sizzling out because they're not going to be able to get away with it without people spotting it and calling it out in the comments, is what that looks like. So interesting. Building more authentic connections in the future from people within the beauty community is what I'm seeing there. That's good. Here with the Ace of Swords, this comes up a lot of times when we're talking about the truth, needing to get to the truth. And so when I'm seeing this, it's kind of making me feel like we're going to learn more truths about the beauty community. Now, that means in the future, things will be presented more honestly, more transparently, which is good. But the ugly side, because remember, swords have two sides, right? Double-edged sword, you've heard of that. The other edge is kind of ugly in this case. Because it means in order for us to have more honesty and more transparency, we're going to have to reveal some certain truths, and that may not look good for some people. That may not be comfortable for some people. Let's get a little bit of extra context on that one. Let's see. I knew it was going to drag out people. King of Wands. Six of Cups, Queen of Swords. Oh, I knew it was going to drag out people. I knew it was. Okay. So, as it relates to this double-edged sword and truths coming out and things like that, I am seeing in here two people that were coming in here, this King of Wands and this Queen of Swords. Whoever these two people are, this male, this female, they are people who are going to be playing a big part of this kind of truth being illuminated in the beauty community. This King of Wands is someone who has a fire-like energy, so it's possible that he will be an actual fire sign, an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, but it could be that he has a lot of fire in his chart or is a fiery type of presence. He's going to be involved in this kind of, let's have some more transparency and truth, and watching how that's going to be uncovered. And then also with this Queen of Swords here, and she might be an air sign. Okay, maybe. So that would be Aquarius. And why do the air signs always go for me? Aquarius, Gemini, and then Libra. Okay, there we go. So those signs could be fitting who this woman is, or could have a lot of that energy, that wind energy, thinking, mental clarity, smarts, cleverness, all of that. We could have that kind of that air feel in her chart too. So whoever she is, she's also really involved with this. And then with these other cards here, there's gonna be how do I put this? There's going to be some truth revealed around a release at some point in the future. We'll put it that way. Because when we're seeing this Queen of Cups, Six of Cups here, we're seeing this idea of kind of giving something down. This is like having some sort of a release, whether it's a brand release, a makeup release, something like that. There's going to be some sort of a release in the future that also, can I not speak today? Let's take a moment of silence for my English skills and for the whole mind, mouth, same speed, please. Moment of silence. Thank you. Okay. So something around a launch of sorts that could be head starting this as well. So you remember back in the day when, for example, Jaclyn Hill had a lipstick launch, and a lot of truths came out about the beauty community around that time. A lot of things were exposed. People started seeing launches and things from a new perspective, and it helped them to become more critical consumers, we'll say. I'm getting vibes kind of like that. Maybe not as chaotic as Lipstick Gate. Let's hope not. But something that gives us some inside looks at things. So that also I see coming up in the future. So there's a lot of different things here that seem to be bringing truths into this future. Whoever this fiery guy is, whoever this smart woman is, and whatever this launch is. This launch may be attached to one of those two, or it could be a separate launch altogether. Not sure. But these are going to be three truther components. I'm like, three truther components. Let me quote with three truther components that will be coming out in the beauty community around all of this. So very interesting. And then what we got on top of that was the Eight of Pentacles. So this is a sense that this isn't going to be some overnight thing. This is the sense of, okay, we're working at it. We're working on it. We're working on it. We're working on it. This is going to take some time. This is going to be another one of those slow burns, like what we've talked about before in previous types of readings, where situations unfold slowly over time and it's not super like in your face right now all at once. This is going to be one of those types of situations. So then with the Ten of Pentacles upright and Knight of Cups upright, this is kind of saying in the future, when these types of things have come to pass and happened, what it's gonna basically be generating from this movement forward is we're gonna have a way to make this better fit people emotionally and physically. So it's like right now how things are would be trying to fit things financially here so much to the detriment of this emotional stuff that the balance has gone askew, and people are getting used, people are getting misused, I guess I should say. Things have not been fair or just or transparent or whatever, all for this type of gain. And this is saying that in the future, these will be more balanced, that they'll have to be more balanced, that we'll still be able to have ways for people to make a living within the beauty community and the beauty space. We'll still be able to have enough abundance to go around, because there's a lot of people that are like, there's so many launches and so much going on that the community is going to be so saturated that nobody's going to be able to make it. And I don't see that as being true. I understand the point about a saturated market, but this here looks like it's got that vibe of there's a niche here for everyone. Everyone can get a slice of this niche if they, are wanting to try to be a part of this community. And I'm getting that kind of vibe here from this. But that it's not at the detriment as much with all this emotional stuff. I don't see that same hideous dynamic in the future. It looks like those things over time die out, which they need to, in a good way here, especially catalyzed by this pile of truths over here. So that's interesting. Let me look a little bit more into the pile of truths. I think that we're probably curious. I'm curious. Penelope over here is curious as well. So let's take a look. All right. Ooh. Okay. Now we got an Emperor card coming up. What about this Emperor card? Ooh, Queen of Wands. Y'all, there's a lot of people going on in these things. I'm telling you, holy crap, there's a lot of people going on in these things. Let me just start putting them on top of each other. Why not? Okay, well, that swiveled. Let me just shuffle again. Oh, man. Really? Oh, snap. Okay, hold on. Let's pull these out the way. Go ahead and reshuffle these cards here back into the deck, because I'm getting going in this. I'm getting going in this. Oh, hell. And just in case it ends up being necessary to know, let me go ahead and pull up my clock. Okay, shit. Y'all ain't gonna be able to see that. 1:58. Yeah, you can. You did at the very end there. 1:58 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on April 24th, 2021. Okay, so in case that's necessary, because right here what I'm getting, this is a card that sometimes comes up representing Jeffree Star. Here is a powerful female right next to him. Then this card often comes up representing James Charles, because he is that young air sign. And we get a card about worry and anxiety, and then another male who this time is in the reverse, and this is another like water sign type of man. So interesting that we're seeing this. And again, this might not be a water sign, but it could be someone who acts like a water sign or has a lot of water in their chart, in their natal chart. But a lot of times when this comes up, it does come up as a literal water sign. So we're already seeing some stuff play out here that we've seen in the past. And so it looks like literally, I mean, this may sound dumb to people, but again, this is all alleged, just my interpretation. We're getting some cards here that we usually get for some of these big players, okay? Primarily the Jeffree Star card, the James Charles card, getting anxiety here, and another woman and man. It's possible that we could have a Tati and a Shane Dawson here. May not be. But for this to come up to talk about the beauty community and truths, what are we getting out of this? Okay, because it's meant to, whatever this thing is, and this can either be talking about something that's already happened or something that's kind of bubbling, but this is what this is intended to do in terms of its position in the truther movement that we were taking a look at. That was the pile that this was on. We're seeing that there is some form of entrapment with that, some form of trying to get somewhere and prove something, but not really having the means to do so. But you just feel so like, I have to control the situation and I have to control the narrative. I must be able to find the evidence, but I can't do that in the way that I need to. And so what we end up here with these last two is that somebody is like, ha ha ha, thought so, bye. And this other entity here, it would be hugely disappointed. So this is kind of talking about a couple of things here with the future direction of the beauty community. This is kind of highlighting that we're gonna see, how do we put this? Let's put it like this. There has been a running joke recently. I think Emily D. Baker came up with this with tsunami, sue, like suing people through lawsuits, tsunami. And that it's like everybody's suing everybody and all this kind of stuff. It looks like this is meaning that people are sue happy and doing all of this stuff because they think that it throws their weight around and makes them intimidating and makes them be a force to be reckoned with, and nobody can get over one on me. But it looks like what it's going to be showing in the future is how petty taking certain things legal is. Now, of course, there's certain things going on right now that are legal because they're criminal. And that should be dealt with legally. I'm talking about civil stuff coming up from hurt feelings or business clashes, personality disputes, things like that. Things that would be considered more petty. It looks like it's going to be highlighting for the beauty community how that does not work well, and how that often backfires, and how you can be trapped in this situation scrounging to try to find the proof, but because you just so badly want to control this narrative, but you're not able to find what it is that you're wanting to prove, so you get disappointed and somebody else gets to just flounce off free from this. And it looks like there is a situation underway that is probably involving these people that we've talked about up here that will quote unquote end in a way that will illuminate this for people, where they're like, well, that was, what a dumb way to end that soap opera, all this time and for that. Okay, well, apparently, that didn't seem worth it to do that move or whatever. And so it's like people will see what's worth it, what's not worth it, what's a necessary use of the system versus a petty use of the system, and what is a way of taking simple YouTube drama and making everything legal. The things that don't need to be legal. Again, we understand there are things that do. So it looks like that situation is a key situation underway currently to kind of help bring about that sense and that feeling from people. So all of this so far, unfortunately, it's kind of giving off that, it's got to get worse to get better. It's got to get messier to show people what doesn't work so that people will snap back to reality and do the things that do work. So the good news, though, is that we're seeing overall things look like they're going to end up in a much better situation. Overall, it looks like the beauty community will still exist. There will still be some sort of a beauty community. There will still be some spots or niches available and open to give opportunities to a lot of various people. So I don't see that closing off or falling in on itself. I don't see that. But what I do see is having, you know how when there's people that are like, I want to make an example of him or whatever, and they talk about singling someone out and setting an example using their situation kind of thing. I see this as that. It's like using these big key players, so to speak, and making an example of them. It's so that when we're moving forward, these others don't follow in the footsteps. And it looks like there is a plan to that, a point to that, if we're talking about the evolution of a community and trying to get to a better outcome with it. So that is interesting. And it'll be really interesting to see what is that launch that brings clarity, whatever that may be, and who would be that woman and that man, that female and that male, the fiery male and the smart female. Who would they be coming out with something that brings more truth in the future? And are they going to be doing it over the same issue, or are there two separate issues, and there's a time for one and a time for the other? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see how that plays out. I'm very interested in wondering about that. So what are your thoughts? I bet you have some ideas already below. So if you want a private reading with me, my website is in the description box below. You can schedule it yourself anytime. We're still having an April special go on since it's the 24th for 6 more days for just 15-minute sessions for anybody that just has one burning question that they want to be able to ask at a discounted rate. That's still available for you to schedule for the next 6 days. And of course, you can schedule it any date, even in May, but I'm just saying the option is open to book one for the next 6 days. But there are other options too. Just throwing that out there because that's a new thing for my birthday month. Yeah, and so happy birthday to the Aries and Taurus folks out there again. And we'll be watching all this. This is going to be interesting. Oh my. Y'all know. Don't be a stranger. Come back and see me, and I will talk at you later. Love you, mean it. Love you, mean it. Bye, y'all.